Now, honorable members, we now proceed to question number 11. And I would like to make the following statement. Honorable members, while it is the responsibility of the Speaker or any presiding officer to regulate proceedings in the House, it is not for the Speaker to prescribe how the President should respond to a question or make a political judgment on how a question has been responded to in the House. The issue of responses to outstanding supplementary questions has been widely canvassed in both the Chief Whip's Forum and the National Assembly Program Committee. Earlier this week, this House agreed to a motion to schedule supplementary questions in respect of question 11 of the 30th of August. The President responded to the initial question posed by Honorable Zungula on the 30th. Should a member not be satisfied with that response, there is now an opportunity to pose supplementary questions in the agreed order. And notwithstanding this, there are also further opportunities provided by the process of posing written questions. Honorable members, having clarified the matter, I will proceed to recognize members to ask supplementary questions as agreed by the programming structures and the House. Now, honorable members, I have the following members. I will first start with Honorable Zungula, who will raise the first supplementary question.
Speaker, firstly, I need to correct you in you attempting to provide some clarity which is misguided. In the meeting, in the last session on the 30th of August, when the President was asked this question, he responded and stated he has been advised not to answer. Now, you can't come here, Speaker, and make it as if we were prescribing or we wanted you to prescribe how the President answers. Whereas in his own words, he stated he's been advised not to answer. So that is one thing I wanted to clarify. But let me proceed with the supplementary question. Mr. President, when you joined government in 2014, you stated you'll hand over your business interest to a blind trust where you will not have any sight of your investments and the operations of the business interest. If this is the case, why were you the go-to person to take action in the Phala case? Hence, you assigned the head of your protection unit to deal with the matter. Because when the crime was committed, the manager, whoever that the manager was in Phala would have been the relevant person to take action. However, in this case, it was yourself. It is you who confirmed to the House that you reported the case to the head of your protection unit. The second question, why does it seem, in fact, why do you have such intricate details?
No, honorable member. Honorable member. Honorable, order. You may not ask to your supplementary question more than one question.
Speaker, it is one question. It is one question, Speaker.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Speaker,
yes.
It is one question.
Okay, continue.
Thank you. Mr. President, why do you have such intricate details such as money lost, the clients, yet your business interests are supposedly held in a blind trust where you've got no sight? Are you currently involved in any businesses wherein you buy and sell merchandise while at the same time you are the president of the country? Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. Honorable Khatem, yes, Lakute. Honorable Lakute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think we shouldn't move away from our rules. Our rules are clear, Honorable Speaker, that a person is allowed to ask a follow-up question, only one, not two. So we must not set a precedence that we allow people to ask 3 questions. That is against the rules. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Zakude and Honorable Zungula. I'm sure you are aware of this in terms of rules 142. Okay. Honorable Mkalipi.
Speaker, it will be fair for you to leave Honorable Zungula because it's his question. So just leave him.
No, man. Honorable Mkalipi, is it a point of order?
Speaker, it's a point of order. So I'm saying to you, leave him to ask the question the way he is satisfied to him. Because this is his original question that was postponed because of your intervention. Secondly, Speaker, the president, the incoming president of South Africa, Julius Malema, is muted. So can you unmute him, Speaker, so he can do his follow-up question? Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. You may be seated. The Honorable, the President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The question was why was the report done by myself? Soon after it happened, I was informed that theft had been committed, and my manager informed me, and I immediately, whilst we were traveling in Addis Ababa, informed General Rode. Now, when things such as these happen, yes, I am informed. When a car overturns and there's an accident, I'm informed. Not that I will immediately be able to take somebody to hospital or whatever, but I am informed because I'm an interested party about what happens. So that is why I was informed. And I was then able to inform a general of the police service who at the time was traveling with me in Addis Ababa. With regards to all these interests, I have declared, as I said, my farming activities, great passion for cattle farming and so on, that I have declared. The agricultural aspects or activities that I'm involved in. So that has been declared firstly here in Parliament, and thereafter when I became president, also to the secretary of the cabinet. And as part of that, also some properties that I own personally have also been disclosed. Now, I must say that initially the intention was to set up a blind trust, but I did then say I do not intend to be in any other form of business other than the agricultural sector, which I have declared. So that is why, in the end, no such trust was formed, because this is the sum total of what I get involved in. Do I sell and buy merchandise? No. But does the entity buy and sell cattle and animals? Yes. That is what it does. And why does it do so? Because they multiply and you either have to cull them or whatever. And that is the situation that we are in. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable President. The second supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable T.M. Jumat Peterson.
Thank you very much, Honorable President. Honorable President, the questions that you are being asked right now are actually a little bit outdated. They're not that important because, respectfully, Honorable President, we welcome your commitment to cooperate with any and all investigations. And this is what you are doing. So why we are nitpicking on something which you have already agreed to do is actually just repeating and repeating the very same thing over and over again. So it is important to assert the rule of law, which is what you've done. You have accepted due processes and accountability. This is what a good and true leader.
Order. Honorable members. Yes, honorable member, I'm sorry.
Chairperson, or Honorable Speaker, we are allowed to heckle in the House, but we cannot drown a speaker on the platform.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you, honorable. You may proceed, honorable.
Speaker, can you protect us from German cards? Aye, man. Aye.
Honorable Mkhalipi. Honorable Mkhalipi, don't do that, please. Please don't do that, please, ma'am. Honorable Mr. President, Honorable President, please take your seat. Honorable Chumat is still on the floor.
Honorable President, would you?
No, Honorable, sorry. Honorable Mkhalipi, you are the most senior leader of your party who is here today. You are the deputy chief whip. You said a few minutes ago. And I'm not going to allow you to conduct yourself in that way. I expect, no, you can't be heckling. Yes, you are. You are drowning the speakers, at least if you are not drowning the speaker. Jesus. Honorable, now, please, Honorable, please. Please, point of order. Yes, what is the point of order?
Thank you, Speaker. I'm raising a point of order on you, Speaker. Can you please be fair and consistent with all members of this House? You cannot treat members of the EFF as if they are stepchildren in this House. Whenever they raise their hands, whenever they raise their issues, you suppress them. But whenever members of the ANC are heckling, you are
very much.
So I'm calling an order on you, Speaker.
Please take a seat.
Point of order, please.
Honorable members, you know, all of you, please just lower your hands. Lower your hands. Judith, lower your hands. Honorable members. Honorable Mkhalipi, please lower your hand. Will you please lower your hands? Lower your hands. Honorable members, this supplement. Honorable Tina. Honorable, no man. Woman, I'm addressing you, all of you. I am saying lower your hand. You have 45 minutes and you've already taken 15 minutes on this question. You have exactly 45 minutes on this. Stop wasting time, honorable members. Please. Thank you. And now continue, Honorable Tina.
Honorable President, would you update the House with your interactions with the various state institutions such as the Public Protector, the South African Reserve Bank, and the Directorate of Priority Crimes Investigations without compromising any confidences? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. The President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As I said earlier, oh dear, is our magal. There are up to, I would say, 8 institutions that have been processing this matter and conducting thoroughgoing investigations. And I have been cooperating. And in some instances, they have asked questions of clarification, which I have provided. And I've been saying to myself that the process has been very thorough, and been actually impressed with the manner in which the questions have been raised, and also the supplementary questions, and to a point where I cannot fault the manner in which they have been raising questions, and I would not even say there's been any form of bias against me, because they have been very, very tough and thorough. So my cooperation, which I articulated right at the beginning, has been solid, and it continues. And they have been interviewing, I think, many, many people around all this. And I have continued to say that I will cooperate in whatever manner that they deem necessary. So I have not held back on this, and that's what I believe is good for governance, is good for accountability as well. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member, President. Honorable members, before I proceed to invite the next speaker on the supplementary question, honorable members, I think this is the third time you've referred to Honorable Khatebe as haircut. German cut. Yes, honorable members, yes, he has done a German cut, but his name is not German cut. He is Honorable Khatebe. Please, honorable member. Please, please. I'm making a plea. You know, you honorable members have a way of just distracting us from what we are doing. Whether it's German or boycott, whatever, but there's a cut done. But that's not the name of the honorable member.
Order, Speaker. Speaker is out of order.
Honorable member, please, man. Please, let's not keep on referring to things which are not assisting us to move forward. Thank you. Honorable, the third supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable, the Leader of the Opposition.
Thanks very much. Mr. President, you're absolutely right that you're entitled to private interest, and I've seen your register and they have been declared. And I think that goes beyond the question. The real question, however, is that in terms of Section 96 of the Constitution, it says that you must act in a way and to avoid or expose yourself to any situation involving a risk of a conflict between your official responsibility and your private interest. Very clear about it. You can have the private interest, but there mustn't be a conflict. And Mr. President, you said you reported the crime to a general. The Presidential Protection Unit is provided to you because you are the head of state and the president. It is a privilege you gain through your official title, not your private business interest. I would advance to you, Mr. President, there was a conflict of interest for you to use General Wally Roeder to go and recover debts that are accruing to your private business interest using state resources. It should have been done through a police station with a case being opened. Now, advance, Mr. President, I ask you, do you believe there's a conflict of interest? Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. The Honorable the President.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On this matter, I honestly do not believe that I have exposed myself to a situation where there's a conflict of interest. And to the extent that there could be that type of assertion, I think,
Mr. President, I'm really sorry. Will you please raise your voice?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm saying to the extent that there could be that assertion, I know that the matter that you're referring to is being processed within the internal confines of the South African Police Service as to what General Roeder did and what he did not do. And in my own conclusion, there hasn't been a conflict of interest of the nature that you are talking about. But that is why I've been saying this matter does need, obviously, to be fully ventilated through the various institutions. And once the various institutions have ventilated this matter, this is precisely the issue that would then arise. But as far as I'm concerned, no, there has not been a conflict of interest, but the matter is currently being looked into in that context by the South African Police Service. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable President. The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable J.S. Malema. Will you please open for Mr.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Mr. President, I just want to ask, which procedure were you following by reporting to the general who's your main protector? Because we're all equal before the law. And what makes you think that somehow you are so special that you can report crime to some general? Because crime gets reported at the church office. And the example you gave of a car that overturns, the car that overturns, they don't call you to call an ambulance. The people who are in that car that has overturned are the ones who call an ambulance. The person who called you to inform you about the crime that took place at Palapala is the one that should have called the police or go to the police station to report the matter. Please accept you abused your power and you thought there was something special about you. That's why you didn't do the Mama Lima approach when her chickens are stolen to go to Steele police station and report the case. Because she's an ordinary person. You see yourself above. And that's why you report crimes to generals and not to church office. You abused your power as a president of the republic and you ought to accept because there is no such a procedure. The person who called you, you are a law student. People like calling you a lawyer. You are not a lawyer. You are a graduate of law. You know how crime gets reported. They taught you that at school, Law 101, how crime gets reported. You did not follow any of the things they taught you at school in dealing with this matter because...
Order, honorable members.
So please,
Thank
don't.
you.
You have abused your office by reporting the matter to a general without following any of the prescriptions.
Thank you, honorable member. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member. The president.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm glad that Honorable Malema corrected himself. Initially said, I'm a law student. I went, no, I'll correct you as well. Honorable Malema, I went beyond being a student. I'm a law graduate. I did graduate with a law degree. You are right, yes. And I did my articles.
Order, honorable members. Please, we are at the tail end of everything. You'll soon be out.
Yeah, no, if you want me to explain, I did my articles. I started off with a small firm and I ended up with a big firm. And when I was supposed, and then I wrote my board exam. And you can mark something negative about me. I passed the written part, I failed the oral. Now, when I failed the oral, soon thereafter, I got approached by the Council of Unions of South Africa, who said to me, we want you to come and work for us.
That was not the question court was
No, I'm coming. Honorable Zubula.
This is the question. Honorable members, order. Honorable Kekana.
I'm giving you the context.
No, Honorable President, please, I think people are tired now. Will you just respond to this question and we close this question?
Yeah, I like telling the story.
Thank you.
Carry on. Yes.
Honorable President, you may continue.
There are some members who would like to hear the story.
Okay.
So let me regale them with the story.
Honorable members.
So, now,
Honorable President, you may continue.
I then got approached by the Council of Unions of South Africa, and then I made the choice to pursue the union route and rather than to pursue the other one. So in the end, Honorable, I never qualified as an attorney. So I want to make that clear. I didn't qualify as an attorney. I am, however, a law graduate. Now, once the theft had occurred, I was informed, as I said, and I guess I may be repeating myself, and also I need to answer that I don't believe I abused my power because I'm surrounded by police officials, and when I informed the general, I was informing a police official. And even at the time on the farm, my manager interacted with police officials who were involved with the whole process. So I want to dispute the argument that I abused my power. I'm not the type of person who will abuse my position or my power. So I did not, and having reported it to the police official, I did believe that they will do what they need to do to ensure that this matter is properly handled. And that is the extent to which I was able to handle this matter. So in my book, Honorable Speaker, it was reporting a crime to the police when I did inform a police general. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable President. That concludes questions to the President.